He believes he's in.
There we are.
Can you hear me, lad?
Yeah, boy, I'm in.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. How are yourself?
Busy, mate, but it's good.
Busy, yeah, but
Are you same?
yeah, pretty busy now with the new role, which I'm loving. Uh,
Let's let's get
oh,
into
back
that
on.
in a sec. Quick intro. Who are you? Where are you from?
Oh, jeez. Thomas Owen,
Yeah.
originally from Norfolk in Norwich. I'm currently in Wales though, so I'm in Swansea, which has been a bit of a move. I've been there 2 years now.
So I don't feel like Swansea could be any further away from Norwich.
Yeah, good 6 hour drive.
How come you've ended up in Swansea? What's the crack?
So, oh God. So I basically met one of my best mates. Well, he is my best mate now in college. So when I was 16 to 18, I was
Yeah.
swam in a college down in Devon,
Hmm.
and like we had like a good bunch of mates. But one of my mates, Harry, he's Welsh, and he's from Swansea. And like every time we'd go meet each other because obviously we're all over the UK, but we
Yeah.
just met down in Devon, and we'd go round each other's, or like I'd go to Swansea, and every time I'd come here, I'd be like, "Oh, really like it." And I've always said to him like, one day I'm gonna come down and I'll move in. Like we get a gaff together, and well, yeah, with that happened. So just like took the risk one time and just did it.
Uh, I presume so. Off the back of that, you said your background swimming.
Yeah.
Were you a decent swimmer? What sort of level are we talking about? You must have been all right to be going around the UK and doing
Uh,
bits.
yeah. Well, I did qualified for British champs and
Okay.
nationals, so it's like a pretty decent level, I'd say. Did never made it onto like an England team or anything like that. That was always the goal. So sort
Okay.
of when you qualify for these British champs nationals, that's always like you're looking at top top sort of 30
Yeah.
in your age category and stuff like that. And then you're looking at top five to then go on to those Commonwealth Games, Olympic teams and stuff like that. So that was always the goal. That was like the dream of everyone
Yeah.
at our college, and which was great. It was a great environment to be around, but I just never quite got there. But the stuff
Why?
like that, the stuff I gained, oh, I don't know. I feel like if I kept going, maybe I would have got a little bit further. But I don't know why the car. I never really thought about why. Um, the reason I stopped though was just because I fell out of love with it. So I feel like you need to be like an addict for swimming, and I
You,
just didn't have that. I
yeah,
just to
because
be
you,
training twice a day. Well, I train twice a day now, but just it is just you. Like you're staring at that black line, um, 5 hours a day, and it's like you need to just love it.
yeah, to
And
do it.
gradually, I just fell out of love with it, and yeah. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, fell into CrossFit, which is quite a smooth transition, which is
How did you end up finding CrossFit? Like, was
so
there a transition with swimming, or what was the crack?
not even. So I was beach lifeguarding back at home,
Of
and
course.
one of
All
the
them
lads,
beaches in Norfolk.
beaches in Norfolk, yeah, the best beaches. Um, and one of the lads, you know him, Toby Buckland,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he I lifeguarded with him, and he just started CrossFit, and I think he had brought on a couple of his mates that we lifeguarded with to like a few of the sessions.
Oh right, okay.
And I was chatting to him, a few of the boys, and he was like, "Yeah, just try and get in amongst it. We'll come down for a session." I was like, "All right, cool." And then yeah, jumped in and just got that CrossFit bug first session. And at that time, that was over the summer, so I wasn't swimming.
Okay.
You do your nationals in June, and
Yeah.
then for the rest of it till September, you're just off, just living whatever, doing what you want. Most
Yeah.
of the swimmers will have that completely off, but I wanted to do something, and I just found CrossFit.
It's Toby from that part of the UK as well. Is he all right? Okay. I obviously,
Mm.
because him and Matt Della were pretty close actually, weren't
And yeah, and then I met Matt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
And how old were you then?
well, I would have been 19, but then
19.
I still swam, so I went back to the pool that
Hmm.
year in 20, and then COVID then hit.
Right.
That's when we couldn't even get into the pool. So
Okay.
that's
And
when
you
I then just carried on with CrossFit.
and you're 24 now,
Yeah,
so that's 5 years ago.
yeah.
Uh, what were you doing as well? Like, what were you doing at this point? Was it full-time lifeguarding? Were you like uni, I don't know, in Norwich College, or
I
what?
was working in a gym there, just like a gym. What's it called? Sports assistant. It was just like a bit of pool lifeguarding, bit in the gym, just
Yeah.
just working bits around, like a bit of reception, stuff like that, full time. And then yeah, then this bit of lifeguarding in the summer, just sort of a few bits here and there.
How have you managed to get to being head coach at SA1 from where you were then? Because I feel like it's like 24's, you know, pretty young really in the grand scheme of things to be a head coach.
Yeah,
So I mean, and we've had COVID as
yeah,
well. So really you could probably condense that into potentially 3 years, really.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? To some extent, because there's
yeah, yeah.
quite a bit of
Yeah,
time
no,
where
is a big role. That's sort of I have. It's not something that got um. It wasn't a previous role,
okay.
so it was. I had to have that chat with the owner.
Right,
And I
okay.
was saying, I sort of put myself out there, and really, I think the gym would definitely benefit from having someone there full time and
Hmm.
doing all like the socials, trying to get all the events sorted. Just someone just running the gym because Lee, the owner, he has a full time job himself, so it's tough to get stuff sorted. But I basically said to him, he benefit a lot from having that role, and I'd like to put myself in that role. So I think, um, yeah, just being a bit driven and proactive about doing stuff like that probably look quite good.
Yeah. Have you
And
have, have you always been
yeah,
like
I've been
that?
coaching 2 years now, so I've gained a good sort of level. Obviously, still growing as a coach, but I've gained a good level of coaching experience now. Working at started at CrossFit SA1. Sorry, started at Spitfire
Yeah.
back at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I moved to Swansea, did a SA1, and then CrossFit Penabon as well. Most of my
Of
coaching hours have been from
course.
there, and Bacon,
Of
he's
course.
unbelievable. He's a good. Like I've learned so much from him. Like, I've pretty much built majority of my coaching ability down to him and his experience. I learned so much from him.
Uh,
He's been great, like a really good mentor for me.
what really sticks out that is passed on to you?
Um, Obviously just as like overall knowledge of the
Mhm.
sport, and then stuff even down to just like time management, class structure. Like as soon as and the briefing just round by the board. As soon as you're around that board, I've stepped in on a few of his classes just to like shadow him and stuff. As soon as he's round that board, he's switched on. Everyone's focused on him, and it's because he has that. I think he has that respect of the members, and yeah, he was just great to be around. I think from then on, he just has no one is out of line in that class. Everyone knows what they're doing. Um,
I can imagine with Bacon.
yeah. It's not even like he's strict. I think he's not strict at all, but
I,
he
I,
just has that control of the class, and it is then the case of if someone does go out of line, the class can stray a bit, but there's none of that. It's just, and that's what I've tried to adopt myself and implement into CrossFit SA1 just a bit more, just up the standards a bit. That's trying to be like the main thing. Just I believe I keep myself to like a high standard, so it's then
Mhm.
trying to bring that into the gym and yeah, just raise the standard of CrossFit and SA1.
Have you always been someone that's uh like being proactive? Because quite ballsy to go up to the gym owner and be like, "Hey Lee, make me head coach, mate." Do you know what I mean? But also, you've had to be proactive in the sense of like if you're already kind of doing a lot of the good things in the gym already, you've kind of, you know what I mean, put quite a bit of the groundwork in before. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Um,
Have
I
you
don't
always
know.
been like that?
I got to a point where I was coaching full time, but across 4 different gyms.
Okay.
Yeah, and I felt like I didn't have a purpose in some of the in like some of those gyms. SA1 because I train there, and everyone knows me really well because I see everyone every day,
Yeah.
and I know everyone. I've got a good relationship with everyone. But the other gyms, like the ones in Bridgend, are a good 30, 40 minutes away. That
Yeah.
I don't have that time to train there. It's just go to the gym, do my coaching hours, and then shoot off back home. Um, so I felt like I didn't have a purpose, and I wanted something a little more than I wanted some progression. And I was looking into going into like a bit more online PT stuff. But I didn't mind that. I still have like a good few clients online, but I wanted something in person and try and make a big change in one of these gyms. So
Yeah.
I just approached Lee with. I was a bit nervous. I just didn't know how I was going to take it, and we've now built up a really good relationship, me and him, and hopefully that will continue to grow. And I think my passion must have come across quite well, and I think he took that pretty well.
What? See, I know you moved to Swansea.
Yep.
Was it for uni initially as well?
Yeah.
As
So I
well as
did. I've got one more year to do. I've
okay.
basically taken. I finished my second year last year. I've
Yeah.
taken a year out,
Yeah.
so I can finish that
Hmm.
like, next year. I think I'm gonna do it next
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
So I'm doing S&C. So I've got like good knowledge of strength and conditioning. So I did
Is-
1 year in back at home,
mhm.
and then second year I've done it. Just finished in South Wales University now. Taking a year out,
Yeah.
and then yeah, finish off.
Um, with in person,
Yeah,
you do build up that like a much better connection with people. So I can like completely understand that you would want to build that side of things more because you meet all these people, you get to know them, you build a great relationship with them. You know, the motivation to help them is it's just much more natural, isn't it? It's just
yeah.
like it's just there. So I can yeah, I can completely understand that to be honest. Uh,
I
I
think just
guess.
being them like that person as well that can make the changes in the gym, and then seeing the reactions and like the growth of that gym, it's like a good feeling. And like I say, I feel like I got like a purpose now. People are coming to me to ask these questions, and it's like,
Yeah.
why are we doing this? And then for me to then have that reason to why we're doing this, and
Hmm.
I was like, I guess another point, we've obviously moved on to JST Class now, which has been like I haven't had any negative comments. People are loving it, and the coaches are loving it. And but yeah, I mean, we've only been a week so far, but that's already been quite a big difference in the gym.
Cool. I can imagine because you know we you're like you said before you're the person that kind of holds up the standards that people will kind of look up to for that guidance and
Yeah,
everything. I guess you've been with us 4 years, 4 or 5 years now, pretty much.
4 years, I reckon. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was October 2020. Is either 2020 or 2021. I feel like it's 2020.
yeah. Probably about right. That's when I moved in with Matt, and
Yeah.
that's he then got me hooked on the old JST.
So you obviously when you first started with GST, uh, it was all kind of like, I want to do CrossFit, probably want to be an athlete, all that sort of stuff. Um, I guess, how has that helped you be a coach? Has it? Has it passed over? Do
I
you feel
wouldn't
like?
say. Oh, yeah. So I think I've done obviously swimming for 14 years,
Yeah.
and through those I've always looked up to my coach like massively.
Hmm.
And I've always built good relationships with my coaches, and yeah, like I say, always looked up to them. So I think from such a young age, I think I've always had that desire to be a coach. I wouldn't say it's been
Yeah.
because in CrossFit, if you are online, you follow an online program, the only contact you have would be through online.
Yeah.
And I think I did the classes at Spitfire for just over a year.
Yeah.
And again, I built good relationships with my coaches there and learned everything, not everything, but all the foundations that you need to do CrossFit from them. And I think just looked up to them so much. And I was like, yeah, these class. I want to be like him. And just like, yeah, I think from then on, just yeah, kept growing, kept meeting different coaches, and it's like, yeah, just to make sure that that is what I want to do. That is what I want to do.
What? Why is it that you've stuck with GST so long then? Because like 4 years is a while, and obviously you kind of said that it's harder to have this connection via online than in person. But something must be keeping you on your toes. Do you know what I mean? We're doing something right.
Yeah, yeah. I think the like you can clearly see like the past, the present, and the future of JST and what you've built, and that's going to continue to just build through. Like I might not even be included in this, but what you guys are doing as coaches and like the top athletes on JST are just continuing to just plow through the UK and the world. It's hard not to like notice, and what you put so much like passion into your programming. And I love all the notes, all the details that go into it. That just keeps me like attached into it. It's like it's
Yeah,
not just the 5x5 back squat, no notes to attach to it. Off you go. There's like a reasoning behind it, and I love the why in CrossFit. So why are you doing this? And you guys provide all of that. And yeah, and then it's like um all the like the training camps and stuff. I've been on like a handful, and then when you go to comps, you see people wearing the purple tees, and it's like you're all following that same journey. And the people I've met, like obviously met Pete, I've met Pete
Mhm.
through Swansea, but what he's now doing with JST is class, and all the people back home have all been on JST. They love it, so I think it's the first thing I've gone into and just stuck with it. That's been great.
Um, what like what have you got kind of in the pipeline with what you're going to do at SA1? Have you got, I don't know, any things where you're like, right, I'm going to do this first, or I'm going to prioritize these few things. Yeah, to kind of, I guess, put your stamp on things a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
well, that's
yeah,
cool. Yeah, at the moment it's very try and get members into the gym. We've got a goal of 200 members by next
okay,
year.
yeah,
So at the moment we're at just over 100 now. We've had a big influx this month, which has been really cool already, and it's what 2 weeks into January.
yeah,
So it's just to keep that ball rolling with getting members in.
yeah.
Try and set then once we've got these members in, adding in more classes because currently we've only got 2 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Okay,
classes, and then we're going to look at putting like midday classes in. Classes for like masters athletes, sort of like mums and babies. And it's going with CrossFit gyms now. You see people trying to venture now into like the high rock style things and that like functional fitness side, and still having the CrossFit classes there, but just having like another stream of people that will come in and try and do like a high rocks esque style class. So we're thinking of maybe going down a little bit of that route, not too much that you go away from CrossFit, but it's nice to have like another option for people. And the idea is that they then come in via this high rocks style stuff,
yeah.
sort of complete that, get bored of it, and then ship ferry over to
Because
like,
the fact of the matter is, you can see with, I mean, the most extreme examples probably Tia, where just absolutely smashes the first high rocks she's done. But
yeah,
so many CrossFit athletes do high rocks, do probably a little bit more running in the training, and like they smash it.
yeah,
And all these people are like, why are these people so good at the bits in between the running? And it's like, well, this is what we do all the time. So, what do you kind of expect?
expect, yeah,
Um, like I say, it's just a little bit more running, isn't it, you know, than what you usually would if you're just doing CrossFit, really. So, but
that's it.
it's like you say, it's so accessible to so many people. It's just like, right, well, here's some lower skill stuff for you, and then just
Yeah, they
pull.
sort of get bored of that maybe, and then come across. Yeah,
Uh,
in terms of what else growth wise, it's just yeah, trying to get the members in, host some more events. I think it's been a bit stagnant for a little bit, so it's just trying to. Well, I've had SA1 now for 13 years, so it's just trying to get it get
yeah.
it moving a lot more. So I'm in charge of the socials as well. So just I
What
think we
what
do a
what
lot of
events are
cool
you
stuff.
thinking?
Pardon?
What events are you thinking? Yeah,
So maybe
what's
like more comps and then stuff into house as well. So like into house comps, weightlifting, gymnastics, seminars, training days, and then stuff outside of CrossFit as well. So just hosting like just a little sit down chat, stuff like that. Just trying to get the members in. Well, sorry, not members in, but into house members. Just
yeah.
doing other stuff outside CrossFit. Could just be literally come in for a coffee,
Yeah, of course.
which is I think is so valuable.
It's uh, with how I see CrossFit gyms, it's for me, it's almost like they've got to become a little bit more like a club
Yeah,
where as well as people coming for the fitness, like they're coming for the social as well, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, it makes sense for you to do some bits inside the gym to get people together, but also outside the gym too. I know you guys, go to the beach together and, have a dip and do that sort of stuff. Like,
yeah,
people love that, don't they?
yeah,
Just getting together. The people, yeah, they
yeah.
love it.
And we are very we're like such a competitive gym. Like if
Mhm.
you look at all of our athletes in the gym, like well, we're doing Origins, and that was so hard to pick 12 athletes for. We haven't quite got like the number of athletes to do two teams because we need the masters,
Of
but we
course.
probably could do two teams if we had the master athletes.
Yeah.
So it was like I say, we are very competitive. So it's then trying to branch into like the everyday athlete now. And I think by doing those little events, I think we can probably pull in the people that we're after.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously keep the competitiveness, but yeah, just pull in the everyday athlete, the newbies we want now. And some are starting to come through, which is good because they now come in and see what they're hopefully going to be doing like a year down the line or so. And yeah,
I've watched the Rad video this morning
yeah,
of like the how it's kind of started. So Ben going into his backstory and like the creative director going into what like his role and stuff. And they were saying that how Rad have done it really well to be a brand that is uh it's not like macho, it's not kind of in your face. They've managed to do it where they just kind of appeal to this competitive audience, but not in that macho way, because sometimes with this competitiveness, it can come across quite macho, can't it?
yeah,
So it's like striking that balance of like it is competitive what we do, that's why we put our names on the board and all that. And probably for a lot of people, the reason why they want to do CrossFit, and come in. Um, but I feel like if you're able to create that, but not make it too macho or not make it come across too macho, you're probably going to pull in a lot of people,
onto
which
a
is
winner
good.
there. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's definitely the aim. Yeah, like you say, is trying to still have that competitive side of things. Like you still hopefully strive to do some of that cool fancy stuff you see all the members in the class doing.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's interesting. It's a good process to try and go through. And like I'm obviously fairly new to it, also still trying to figure out what works, what doesn't, and it's good. Like that's what I'm enjoying all the processes of it.
Of course. And
Yeah,
because you're so young still as well, like, you know, you probably, well, you've got loads of energy behind you, so you've got
yeah,
so many ideas.
yeah.
Like, you just got to try them. If they don't work, it's like, right, okay, just don't do that again. And
That's
just like being
it.
an athlete.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
How is juggling being an athlete and like being a coach as well? Do you find it easy to find that balance, or is it, I don't know, is it a bit more difficult? Um, yeah, how is
It was when I was like when I was struggling to get coaching hours. Obviously, you've got all the time in the world to train and you do your set hours of coaching, but then there was like stress of not being full time.
yeah,
So that probably affected my training because I had that stress in the back of my head, like I can't just train. You're not getting any money from just training. So it was then when I then came into like full time coaching hours, it was really good. Like that stress was gone because I was making like enough money to survive and
yeah,
train,
yeah.
and then trying to right have this balance of you've got a structure now where you've got these coaching hours, like when and where can I train?
Hmm.
It was good because if you don't train that time, you're not training that day.
Yeah,
So that was good. I didn't have that freedom of going, oh, I'll wake up, chill, do whatever, and then go, oh, then I'll go to the gym. But it's like, no, you're up at 5, you're then coaching till like 12 or whatever, then you are then gonna have to train. And it was good. And now it's slightly different where I'm not coaching as much. I've still got like a set amount of hours that I do
yeah,
with this role. A lot of it is at home now, so just on the laptop or I'm in the gym filming. So but I have now got a good flexibility of training 2 sessions and getting all my work done as well. It's a bit more relaxed, but I still feel like I've got that main
Yeah,
role. It's really good. So it's a very good balance at the moment.
I think by having those hours where you've got to work and it helps structure your day a little bit more,
Yeah,
which is actually it's a bit more of a game changer when you don't have anything else.
yeah,
Sometimes you can get a bit lax and you can get a bit lazy, and then your session ends up taking like 2 hours rather than taking like 90 minutes as an example, and it
that's it.
soon just before you know it, like your whole day is gone, you're not really done that much.
Yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, back in the day, I was the same. Like I'd be in early, do the morning class, then we do AM conditioning after, and then you have the 9:30 class. And it provides that structure in your day, which again was really, really helpful. I feel like for you, from my observation, excuse me, this last 6 months in particular, I feel, or maybe a little bit longer, maybe like 9 months. I feel like you've gone a bit more like this. Like your progress has just gone. I don't know if you see it like that
yeah.
or if it just appears like that to me. But yeah, what's your take on that?
No,
Uh,
cheers. Yeah, I like to think it has gone um, like a bit of an incline now, which is good. Loving training at the moment. I've I think I've just put things into perspective now of what I want and what I want to achieve at the sport, what I want to achieve in life, um, and how I can sort of get there. I think I had a pretty serious back injury in about this time last year,
okay.
and that knocked me out for like probably like 5 months.
Yeah.
Um, just like not being able to train properly, like my sleep just went downhill because I was just uncomfortable all the time. And I think I then sorted like my nutrition out, like took my recovery a lot more serious and just looking after myself a lot more. I
Yeah.
think that stuck, and I've now got um, better like coaching hours and better roles and stuff like that. And I think from those things, I think I was always training kind of well,
Yeah.
but now it's like I've got those things sorted out, so I can train even harder. And I think just having all those things put together now is just I can push my training a lot harder, recover well, and I'm just loving it. Like just enjoying it so much better because of all these things that are in place. Um, and then training like a good bunch of us now. Like me and Pete would do like the morning and evening sessions together, probably rope in a few other people. And then if I'd go home, I've got Ben and Theo and Luke, and there's a few other JST train lot there as well.
Yeah.
And definitely training around people. You might be whipping them, or they might be whipping you, and it's like still class. That's what is just like that's what's going to grow you, I think, and then you push so much harder. Um, but yeah, I definitely think these last 5 months it's been going really well.
Again, but back in the day, like we used to have, so like I said, there used to be morning class, then we used to do AM conditioning after the morning class, like the class was 6:30 till 7:30, and then we start AM conditioning like 7:45, 8. And there would be sometimes up to 10 people, like me, Steve, John, handful of others, all doing AM conditioning. And it was
Yeah,
it's fucking sick to be in an environment um, where athletes are competitive and there's that many of them together as well, all doing the same thing. It's
yeah,
fucking class, mate. Um, so I'm hoping, with you guys joining JST class, like I was buzzing to hear that because I
yeah,
was like, well, what you guys have got a core group, like you're the people who are holding those high standards in your gym,
yeah,
and that's gonna trickle down into all the classes and hopefully everyone else. Um,
yeah.
you know, it will happen. It
Yeah.
it will happen.
I
Um,
think we've got now by joining JST class, we've just got like a new handful of like competitive athletes that have just feel like they've just joined in this circle
mhm.
where it was just me, Pete, Claude, Danny, maybe like another one or two athletes that we'd pull in for these sessions. But now joining JST Class, say there's another 6, 7, 8 people that were in CrossFit SA1 that were competing to like a they wanted to compete at a high standard that didn't train with us are now training with us. It's just like fucking hell. Like you
Yeah.
just got I would like this guy Al Thomas, he's unreal. Yeah, never done a session with him. And like to now being able to do these sessions with him, like just getting thrashed at him on the conditioning, on the workouts, occasionally I'll beat him.
It's
And
class.
it's like and then Lee Bevan, like never really trained with him and how good like he is. It's like, wow. Now you just utilize all these people. That's great.
You do, and you do, and that's what a good team does. You know, a good team, like there'll be someone who's really good at something that's gonna make everyone else be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like I need to up my game here, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and keep up
That's
with
what it
it.
is. That's all it's been. Yeah. That's
And
what
it
I think
just
that's helped me progress over the last 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. And the other one is like taking a step back from the competitive side, but into like your class with the members and stuff, because there's a little bit of overlap between, JST athlete and JST class.
Yeah.
Uh, like your everyday person that's in the gym and you've done the CrossFit Tuesday and they've done a similar workout, maybe, on the same day, the day after, or whatever it is, you can relate with that person a little bit
Yeah.
more
That's
and chat
yeah. That's
about
it.
it. And again, it just helps with those, breaking down those barriers and just building a stronger connection with people.
Yeah.
Uh,
It definitely looks good that all the coaches are on it now. All the members are on it. And then, like you say, it keeps us to a high standard as well because we're pushing it, and then we're trying to get. It helps more that we're then relaying this information off the board onto our like members, and it's like probably makes us look good because we've already done that like a few hours ago, and it's
yeah,
makes
yeah,
them feel better. Like it's already been done.
yeah, of
But
course.
yeah,
And it might do, it might not. But when members do occasionally see you doing the same thing and hurting as well,
yeah,
that does mean a lot to them. Like
yeah,
being able to see that. Uh, yeah, I just remember that from back in the day, and that's why the Open is good in some ways. So, uh, like I say, back in the day, we used to do I think we used to do the last Open workout. We used to pick at least one where we would do it in front of the members,
right,
just so they could like be like, just watching the coaches put themselves in a bin for a change rather than the other way around. And like I say, they do appreciate it, and especially take yourself for example. If you're podiuming now at national level competitions and looking to like like I say progress further and do better or whatever it is you want to do, like members can appreciate that more and they get behind you as well, which is
yeah.
really nice as well. So what's the crack for you kind of goals wise for I don't know, Coach Tom and Athlete Tom, not maybe just for this year, but maybe the next couple of years? Are you gonna, yeah, what you kind of thinking?
In terms of coach, it's very much just keep doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
I feel like these next 3 months are important for me because it's where I can make like the most difference, and so I'm just trying to put everything into these next 3 months, just try and grow as much as I can, make myself look good in the eyes of Lee, and then in terms of athlete, just keep the ball rolling with training, keep this sort of upwards trajectory, hopefully just keep going. And in terms of comps, I don't really have anything in mind apart from SiD UK Champs, which I want to do, want to make a go at Elite for
Okay.
individual. But I feel lucky now. I've got this. Well, I think the qualifiers for that are in June, so I've got ages. So I've seen that as like a really big opportunity to just get as good as I can.
Yeah.
It's injury free. That's been so beneficial, and just get as good as I can, really. And then maybe yeah, do SiD UK Champs, and then on start looking at some maybe this British functional fitness. Yeah, gets just I don't know, keep it going.
They're going to be programmed in the classes, lads. So you might
Yeah,
you might as well do the class.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I was saying to Lee, it's like the workouts are good. They look pretty naughty. Well,
Mm.
yeah, that'll be good fun.
Um, I think. one of the recurring themes that you've just mentioned, like a good couple of times there, you're just like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Make sure I'm like doing the basics right. Like just consistency. Like
Yeah,
it's nothing fancy. There's no frills. It's just doing the basics right.
yeah,
Which so many people just skip beyond that and they're like, oh, I'm gonna try doing this and I'm gonna do this, and it's just like I feel like you're quite a down to earth person. Like I'd say from my impression, you relatively laid back. It's just do the basics.
yeah. That's what
Do
I
really
feel like
well.
I did neglect a few years, like a couple of years ago, like a year, even a year ago. I think to like now, I think I've just put a lot of things into perspective where I had that injury. Now it's like, right, how do I avoid that sort of stuff from holding me back? And it's I feel like I've just figured all that out, and then it's like
Yeah,
just like you were saying, nail the basics. And I feel like there's nothing. It's not going to be perfect, but just doing the best I can, controlling things I can control, and just like I'm seeing the benefits from that,
yeah,
and just keep that going.
love it. I think just let's wrap this up. And I feel like to wrap it up, what would your advice be to someone who's just joined SA1 or just started out on the CrossFit journey?
Oh, get into your nearest gym, nearest CrossFit box. Get amongst the classes. Um, ask as many questions as you can. Be the coaches, the members. Yeah, just get stuck in the mix. Like you're going to learn so much from asking more questions. Um, and then once you get down the line, you're decent. Join JST.
Technically, if you're on JST class, you kind of are on JST.
There we
So,
go.
no, I love it. Yeah, thanks very much, Tom.
No, it's been a pleasure, Jack.
Appreciate your
Cheers for
time.
having me on,
I don't know when I'm next going to see you.
mate. Get down, recharge for the next.
Big
No,
Rob's gym.
yeah, mate, it's mega. It's mega. We had a team training day down there. It's big. It's awesome. Big
That's the
environment.
other epic thing. Like you can just because you know Rob, it's like Rob, can we come over some team training?
Yeah, I think I'm going there Friday for to do the whiteboard workout.
Okay,
So
okay,
there we go.
love that. Are you going 47? Is it 470 you going this weekend or 179 this weekend? Are you going another
That
gym?
was last weekend. That was
Right,
Saturday just
okay.
gone. That was good. That's yeah. I feel like we've always had that rivalry, but to have we were all like the teams in one gym is really good. It's good vibes. It's not
Ha,
like we competed against them. We just get stuck into the same workout. It was really good.
course. How you? I guess how you looking for um SiD Origins? How are
Good.
people on the worm? Because I guess quite a few members who maybe I don't know.
We do well. We qualified in fifth,
You have
which
not
was
seen that.
yeah, which is class. I think we finished last year in 25th. So
Okay.
originally, when the leaderboard came out, we were third, and we were a bit like, whoa, like, we were a bit
Yeah.
like we knew we did all right in the qualifiers. Like we just stuck to the game plan. Everything went well. So
Mm,
we expected maybe like around 15th, but to be in where it was third, we've been moved down to fifth now because another team, couple of teams got added in.
okay.
Yeah, but we're good. Well, I feel like we're smashing our team training. We're trying to the workouts we make. We're trying to put like everyone in a bit of a hole, but
Yeah.
we can't quite achieve that.
Mhm.
Where we are just coping with these workouts quite well at the moment. So going into it very well, and we're looking good. We're feeling good. So we've got two more sessions to go, and then it's game time.
Tell you what, mate, the memories of putting myself in absolute bin at SiD Origins, they're never gonna leave me. Sending it on an assault bike and then
Mate, that's
into
all it is. It's just go, go, go in it. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
you don't do that. You don't do that much, but what you do really fucking hard
yeah,
or really fucking fast.
yeah. No, I'm looking
Um,
forward to it.
yeah, it's class, absolutely class. Love it. Maybe you could chase our GST's four-peat from back in the day. Let's take
Yeah,
the bullet this year and
40.
then.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Fair play.
Uh, but hey,
We can
the
go.
foundations are in place for SA1 now.
Yeah, boys, just yeah, keep doing what we're doing, keep growing. And yeah, I think this year is going to be really big for me, for SA1, for JST, and that. I think, yeah,
Yeah,
keep doing what
just
we're doing.
just yeah, just get the people around you and keep lifting each other up. It's good.
Yeah,
It's great to see.
what it's about.
Right, mate.
Nice one. Been a pleasure.
Catch you
See you, mate. Bye bye.
soon.